Hi again then guys, and welcome to another installment of Ultimate Exotics on Forza Horizon 3, and this time we're featuring one of probably the most coveted supercars in the game. It's the car which a lot of people want to own, and the car is of course the Koenigsegg One. It's very expensive. 2.85 million credits is a lot more than most of the other supercars in the game, but it's also one of the most powerful in the game, 1360 horsepower. Now, when tuned, you can have all-wheel drive, you can make it a bit lighter, you could give it a roll cage even, but comparing it both stock and tuned to other supercars and hypercars and megacars, how does it compare? Well, let's break it down and find out. First of all, we have the handling, and for the handling on this car, I am actually going to give it a 4, which is perhaps a little bit higher than you might assume a Koenigsegg would be. And the reason why I'm giving it a 4 is because of the fact that not only is the top speed handling in particular very, very good for weaving through traffic, but at the same time, when you convert it to all-wheel drive, it's actually one of the best handling supercars in the game. It makes it, I would say, LMP level in Forza Horizon 3 standards anyway. It's very hard to match, in fact, once you fit all-wheel drive to it. Even the track day specials have trouble. However, without the all-wheel drive, which on its own would have given it a full 5, it's a little bit squirrely, especially off the line. With that much power and torque, that's not surprising, but that's just the way it is. As far as acceleration though, of course, it's no surprise to anyone, it's an easy 5, one of the easiest 5s of this entire series in fact, because it's a monster. And one of the great things about a Koenigsegg, not just the 1-to-1, but pretty much all of their models as far back as the CC8S, which is still my favourite car they've ever made, they have incredibly strong acceleration throughout their entire performance range. I don't just mean 0 to 60 or 0 to 100, I'm talking from 0 to top speed. Very few supercars can match a Koenigsegg's pace across that entire range. Some can launch better, some might be faster top end like a Hennessy Venom, but very few can match all of its acceleration from 0 to the max. That is definitely one of the biggest advantages of the 1-to-1. It's such a fast car, and although the top speed, which we'll touch on in a second, isn't quite as high as you might like, it gets to its top speed so quickly that it's still difficult to beat. And of course, speaking of that top speed, I'm giving it another easy 5. And you don't really need to explain why. Of course it has a full 5. So we're going to move straight along to value for money. And value for money is going to take a little bit of a hit with a score of 4. And the reason why is because although it is dominatingly fast in the S2 and X classes, it's really expensive. 2.85 million, no matter how good the car is just a lot of money. And the simple fact is, as I've said before, there are cars which come close, or sometimes even go faster, for a much cheaper price. Your Noble M600s, your Ultima GTRs, that kind of thing. The Ultima in particular is the Achilles heel of this vehicle for value for money. And finally, for usability, of course, how competitive it is across different classes, etc. Well, for that I am going to give it a full 5, because although its classes are very limited to both S2 and X, pretty much just S2 if you take it online, it's so good in those two classes that it is one of the most dominant supercars in the game. So although it is limited, it's really good at what it does. And overall, it's not quite a perfect score, which I know will disappoint some people, but I am still giving the Koenigsegg 1-to-1 a very respectable score of 92. But that's it for this pick overall. I'll see you guys next time, and as always, thanks for watching.